I have done so many reading challenges this year and set so many reading goals for myself that I'm just ready to mood read. I'm ready to take a break and I'm ready to read what calls to my heart. And for this month, it's mystery and detective novels. And I'm really excited about the TBR I have lined up for the month of November. Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Haley and I am a Christian wife, homeschooling mother of 3, out to redeem my very own literary education. So in order to do that, this month I am following my inclinations and reading Golden Age detective novels. I am so excited about this because this is a genre I have not explored really at all, honestly, ever. Which is shocking because I've read a lot. But I participated in Victober last month, in the month of October, and one of the group reading challenges was either Wilkie Collins or Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I've never read Sherlock Holmes, and I have this beautiful treasury of Sherlock Holmes here that my middle child unfortunately got a hold of, but it's fine, you can still read it. And I want to dive into some Sherlock Holmes because I didn't get to it in Victober. Now, I really don't know where you're supposed to start with Sherlock Holmes, so I will probably try to find some videos on YouTube to help with that. I think I've heard maybe A Study in Scarlet is somewhere that you start. If you've read Sherlock Holmes and you know where I should start, please let me know in the comments below. But this is one I definitely want to get to. Now the next book, I don't really know that you could call this detective, but I think it has some kind of mystery feeling. It feels like a good book to read in the fall based off what little I know about it. And that is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. The only thing I know about Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier is that the main character's name is never mentioned. And Rebecca is the passed away wife of this woman's husband, I think. I could be totally wrong. But I'm going into Rebecca mostly blind, and I'm glad. So if you read it and you think I'm going to love it, please tell me in the comments below. And the next book I have planned, I've been really wanting a detective novel, but also some kind of academia vibes. So I have Dorothy Sayers' Godnight, and this is a Lord Peter Wimsey mystery with Harriet Vane. Now I know that Dorothy Sayers is kind of considered a female inkling, so she was a friend of C.S. Lewis. She was a very academic woman. I feel like she actually translated some Dante and Latin, and her books are academic but also have that golden age detective feel to them. And I know the Literary Life podcast, which is a podcast that's kind of like a book club but also educates you about the books that you're reading, has some episodes on Godnight. And they also had an episode that I listened to that was called The Importance of Detective Fiction, which really inspired my reading month. So that's what I'm gonna go with. And for Godnight, I don't know what it's about. I'm completely blind going in, and I'm gonna leave it that way. I've heard that this is not the first book in the Lord Peter Wimsey series, but you can start here and it doesn't matter. So I'm going to read this and then listen to the Literary Life podcasts in accordance with the chapters. And I'm really excited about it. I think once I wrap up all of my current reads, this is going to be the one I dive in first with. So very excited about that. And the next book I don't have on hand, but I know my library has it. And that is the first book in the Miss Marple series by Agatha Christie, which is A Murder at the Vicarage. I picked up my very first Agatha Christie this summer, which was my very first jump into the detective novel world. And I really, really enjoyed it, but it was A Pocketful of Rye, which is a Miss Marple book based off of nursery rhymes. And Miss Marple wasn't the main character. So I was really confused at first because the story takes place through the eyes of an Inspector Neil, and you don't meet Miss Marple till halfway through, and she's just a character that pops in and out. And so I didn't really know that much about her, and I couldn't figure out if she was playing a game or if she was really just this way, and so I felt like I didn't get to know Miss Marple at all. So I'm going to start with the first book in that series and hopefully get a really good introduction to her. And if I go to my library and they don't have it, I'll just push it back to next month. But I would like to read another one and get a real introduction to Miss Marple. Now, the last one is not a mystery book. It's just one I've had on my shelf forever, and that is the Geurnesy Literary and Potato Peel Society by Marianne Schaefer and Annie Barrows. I know this book is incredibly popular in the literary world, and that is all I know about this book. I could read the back of it. Juliet Ashton receives a letter from a stranger, a founding member of the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society, and so begins a remarkable tale of the island of Guernsey during the German occupation, and of a society as extraordinary as its name. I know this is a book of letters. I now know what I just read, and that's all. But I know everyone really loves this book, and I think this will be a really great book to pack with me on our camping vacation. We're going camping this month. I'll probably do a reading and camping vlog, but I want something light to take with me camping to just read for fun, so it's probably gonna be this one. And if you've read this book, please let me know below if you loved it or if you didn't like it as much as everyone else does. I'm curious to read it and give my opinion on it. So we'll see. That's probably honestly more than I will read this month. That's quite a bit. That's quite a page count. I have 3 young children. We're going camping this month. I homeschool, but I'm always ambitious with my reads, and I like to give myself a big pile of possibilities. I will pick one that sounds good and move on from it. So you will be seeing my Victober and October wrap-up videos come out kind of in a series after this one posts, because I've decided to stop doing overall wrap-up videos. I've decided to start doing individual book reviews and book discussions on individual books so that I can really feel like I'm giving a book its due, but at the same time helping someone if they are searching for a book review on a specific book. Because if I feel like I hide all of the books that I read into a wrap-up video, then no one's really going to be able to find my review on it. But if I do them individually, someone can search the book and find my review or discussion, because that's what I do when I finish a book that I loved, like Wuthering Heights, which is a book I did a review and a discussion video on. The second I got done reading it, I started searching for book reviews and book discussions specifically on that book because I wanted to talk about it. So hopefully this new format of how I'm gonna move forward with my videos will help with that. So upcoming, you will see Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, which I read in October and absolutely loved. Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, another one that's phenomenal. I'm reading all of Jane Austen's books in 1 year, and I saved that one for October, and I'm so glad that I did. I also finished The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis is my male author of the year. I've been reading just as many of his works as I possibly can, and I finished The Chronicles of Narnia, and I'm really excited to share my thoughts because I feel like a kid again. So that being said, all of my book reviews will be slowly rolling out, but I think this is going to be a better way to tackle it. But of course I'm still going to do TBR videos like this because everybody wants to know what everybody's reading to hopefully get some inspiration. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you've stuck around for this long, please let me know in the comments below if you've loved any of these books on my TBR list and which ones you think that I should start with first. I will see you next time. Happy reading, friends.